Here with Concordia head men's basketball coach Ben Limback to preview the 2016-17 men's basketball season. Why don't we look first at last season a little bit. It was another improvement with 18 wins overall. Managed to average 85 points a game. How pleased are you just with the way the program has just continued to improve the past few seasons?
Yeah, no, I think last year was a good step in the right direction. I think there's a lot to take away from last year in terms of just being competitive with every team in the league. We lost quite a few close games that could have gone either way. But certainly it's a positive step. But I think everybody that's returning, coaches and players included, know that we want to do bigger things than that. But yeah, a lot to take away from last year.
What's as far as the GPAC? I mean, everybody seems to be scoring a lot of points now. Is that kind of how you have to keep up? I mean, how do you when you're looking to the way you organize your team? You want to score a lot of points. I mean, how do you organize your team now?
Yeah, I think it certainly is a very skilled shooting team or a shooting league, and I think this year will be no different. I think certainly you have to be able to score points to continue to keep up with some of the teams in our league. However, that's something that we've really tried to focus on this off season and preseason here is our defensive mindset and how we can improve defensively. So I think it's a combination. I think the league is very up-tempo. I think there's teams in our league that do try to push and get more possessions each game, and we certainly like to get up and down as well offensively if it means getting a great shot. But I think we do have to have a better just team defensive purpose out there and hunger to get a defensive stop.
What can you say about Chandler Folkers and the way he's developed? And I mean, he had a great junior year. What can we expect for him as a senior?
Yeah, he's a 1 in a million type of guy. He every year he's done something that to add to his game, whether it's offensively or defensively. And I think I can't wait for an encore. You'd think that after the sophomore year he had, how was he going to top that? And then as a junior, certainly he's capable of doing even more things. So I think health is going to be a big key for him, staying healthy, which he's done over the course of his career. But I also think just he wants to win, like all of us. He wants to win, and I think what I've noticed in Chandler, especially this year, is a much different leader. There's an urgency to what he's doing, and it's not just about him improving as a player this year. It's about how he can help his teammates and our team collectively improve. So I've been very impressed with him just as a leader, even beyond what he's capable of doing with scoring and defensively.
Yeah. Expanding on that, Chandler and Eli Ziggler are obviously the guys that have been in the program and have played the most minutes. How have maybe both of them taken on bigger roles as leaders? You talked a little bit about that with Chandler.
Yes, Eli alongside with Chandler, I think everybody will know who they are from last year's team, 2 remaining starters, but I think Eli as well. There's a certain drive and competitiveness about Eli that's taken him from his freshman year to where he is now, and it's fun to see these guys mature and grow into leaders and realize that for us to be a great team, it's not going to be just Chandler scoring points, Eli shooting threes. It's going to be more about how to get the team to buy in together and to fight together and to win together.
When you have a lot of new faces, a lot of new freshmen in the program, how does that shape the way you coach and practice? I mean, how does that shape the off season with so many new faces?
Yeah, it's a fun group. I think it is an interesting dynamic where you have some key returners. You got Chandler and Eli, who a lot of people know about, but we also have 2 other seniors, Seth and Justin, who they've improved quite a bit over their careers, but just this year seeing them develop as leaders as well, and certainly both those guys are key to our season. So you have those two seniors along with some returners that got a few minutes, with Kyle Pierce, who's really had a great summer and a great preseason. I'm excited for him and what he's going to do this year, for our team. And then you put a lot of new guys with that group, and it's an interesting practice. You got these seniors and upperclassmen that know kind of what's going on, and then you got all these new faces, some young, who are just trying to learn the intensity, the speed, and the size. And so it's a fun practice because our seniors and our upperclassmen are doing a lot of talking and leading in small groups. But we're trying to also maintain and to keep the returners going at a high rate so that they continue to advance their game, while the freshmen and the new faces learn as well. So it's been kind of an interesting preseason, to be honest, but it's certainly been fun, and we'll see this weekend kind of where we're at.
Well, the good thing is one of those new faces is someone who's familiar with college basketball, Chris Johnstone, a transfer from Chaminade. What have you seen from him so far, and can you kind of describe the type of style and the kind of game that he brings to this team?
Yeah, no, Chris is extremely just dynamic. He does things at both ends. He's capable of just making impactful plays, both defensively and offensively. Very, very fast with the ball. Defensively, he's got extremely quick feet, quick hands, and he's bouncy. So we'll use Chris in a variety of ways, whether it's on ball or off ball, both offensively and defensively. Nicest kid you'll be around. I think as he becomes more comfortable with what we're doing in the league and everything, I think he'll be able to come out of his shell a little more and communicate and do some other things as a leader. But I think right now he's doing a great job of adjusting and learning to our style of play, but also just the culture of Concordia. You come from Australia, come from Hawaii, and then you come to Nebraska. It's a culture shock, and I've been very impressed with how he's getting along with guys and just his adjustment to Concordia as well.
We mentioned it, the program's improved a lot over the past few years, 18 wins last year. I know the goal is to get back to the national tournament. Is it as simple as just being more consistent defensively? I mean, how do you get to that level?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into a championship season. I think we got to stay healthy. We have some depth, but it's certainly we have some guys that need to stay healthy, and I think just coming together as a team. There's a lot of new faces, as you mentioned, beyond Chris that I think we're going to rely on, and I think there's going to be some maybe early struggles to get to that cohesive unit, but I think just playing hard together is going to be important. But certainly our goal is to get back to that national tournament, but it starts with the process of the everyday getting better and every day growing closer as a team.
Yeah, why don't we go through some of that freshman class? What have you seen from them, and how much can they contribute to this year's team? Yeah,
we got quite a few freshmen this year that I think are in the mix. I think it's still a little early to tell who will surface ultimately in the rotation, but certainly guys that have impressed me thus far and have done some neat things in practice. Clay Reimer's out of Lincoln. He's 6'7", long forward that when he competes, he really can change the game at both ends. He can score from the perimeter, he can post, but defensively, he's got a tremendous ability to alter shots, but also guard 1 through 5. So he's somebody that's been very impressive thus far. Jake Hornick, another freshman from Greeley, Colorado. There's not many guys that I've coached that play as hard as this kid. Defensively, he's very active. He's active on the glass, offensively and defensively on the boards, and he can score when needed to. But he's a competitor, and I'm excited to see what he'll bring to the team, especially at the defensive end. And then we have a redshirt freshman that transferred last year, came in January, Tanner Shuck out of Grand Island, and he can shoot it, and he's a guy that is 6'3", 6'4". I feel like he's grown like 2 or 3 inches since last year even, but he's a guy too that'll bring some versatility, 3, 4. He can play a variety of positions, but he's very, very intelligent guy, passes well, so I see him in the mix as well. And then there's other freshmen that I think are battling. Brevin Slope from Seward, he's adjusting very well to the size and speed of the game. And Cordell Gillingham, Riley Tegmeyer, there's other guys too that I feel like could certainly start to surface as we get going here. But just extremely excited about just our young guys and what they're going to be able to do for us this year.
Now the GPAC got 3 teams into the national tournament last year. Sometimes it's hard to tell what it's going to be like at this point, but what's your early read on what the conference looks like and how tough it'll be this year?
Yeah, we just got our, yesterday we got our kind of overview of each team. Us coaches got to submit kind of an overview of our teams to our conference of coaches, and so I got to take a look at some of those, and you can't really tell on paper how good a new guy is, but you certainly can kind of have a feel for the returning guys from each team, and certainly Briarcliff, they returned quite a few of their pieces from last year's championship team in our league, and they're going to be tough again. But after that, I think there's a number of teams, and I would like to say, including us, that could fight for winning the league, certainly. But there's really no downtime in the GPAC, and I think it's going to be a great race to the end, and we hope to be in that mix as well.
Now you've been on 2 different sides of CIT. You've played in it. You've coached for 2 different teams at 2 different Concordias. How special is it now for this year to be able to be back here and coach at Concordia and Seward when we're hosting it?
Yeah, no, it'll be special, having the opportunity. I remember my first CIT when I was at Concordia Ann Arbor. I had the pleasure of traveling to Seward, Nebraska, of all places, my first CIT as a coach, and we got to square off that year and with Seward, and it was just an awkward moment, just kind of surreal, where you got Bulldog fans cheering against you, and so. But this year it's going to be awesome. You try to explain to the new guys, you just wait till you experience CIT and just the atmosphere, but I'm really looking forward to it. Just talking this weekend at homecoming to some alumni and how they're excited to come back, and to me that's what makes it special. We have the games where our guys and our team are really excited about. Then you have the students here at Concordia and all Concordias that get jacked about it. And then you got the alumni that are, we're hosting CIT at home this year. Oh yeah, I'll have to try to make that. And so I can't wait. I think there's something about just that atmosphere and the Christian family where we all get together.
Now, last thing, it's not about your team this year, but what has the response been like for the Sunday night youth basketball league? I know you like to have your team be involved in the community, and I know that's been a cool event for your team. Yeah, no, certainly. Our guys, I was just talking to a parent the other day about it, and I told them, because they said, my child just loves this Sunday Night Youth Basketball League. Snibble is what we call it, and I said, it's funny because we can tell the kids like it because they laugh and bring energy and stuff, and there's excitement, but I tried to tell this parent, I said, I think our guys might like it just as much as your kid, because some of these guys want to be coaches someday, and so to see them, get excited and call set plays and run them through a little practice and to bring energy on the bench, I think, it really is a win-win-win for us, the kids involved, and even the community, just to have an opportunity to play some basketball in the fall, and so. It's been really neat, and even beyond that, as we're in our 4th year of doing it now, some of these kids we might start recruiting, so some of these kids that have
have competed as 8th graders are now getting to the point where we might we already know who they are, and some of them we hope to keep an eye on, certainly, but certainly the kids and we all enjoy it. And this Sunday's our last Sunday of playoff basketball, so we'll see how it ends here.